Boys and girls, get your gear on for the Clash of the Titans. Today we're going to thrash two of the highest-end adventure motorcycles on the planet, and the most expensive. In one corner, the brand new German engineering marvel, the 2024 BMW M1000 XR. And in the other corner, the Italian stallion with a racing pedigree, the 2024 Ducati Multistrada V4 RS. Now these aren't your average weekend tours, these are lava-belching monsters with around 200 horsepower ready to conquer any road or lack thereof, or track you can throw at them, and do it in the utmost comfort and style. But which one reigns supreme? Let's do work. We do motorcycles, Mustangs, and man stuff here, so if you feel the vibe and you'd like to join the tribe, then hit that subscribe to keep the dream alive.
And please shop my Amazon storefront for the coolest stuff you've ever seen. I love you guys.
Note, I am reviewing the BMW S1000 XR with the M competition package, the only way to do so, which comes with carbon fiber wheels and other goodies and brings the price closer in line with the Multistrada V4 RS. Round 1, the fighters. Alright, so these motorcycles are all about not only pushing boundaries, but I dare say setting new ones. Both bikes boast engines derived from the respective sport bikes. The Multistrada RS inherits the V4 Desmo Sedici Stradale 1103cc engine from its championship-dominating Panigale, and the M1000 XR borrows the heart of the 999cc BMW S1000 RR Superbike. Ducati's highest spec multi gets Audi's coveted RS or Racing Sport label, and with the RS, Ducati wasn't kidding when they said choose it all, because that's exactly what you get with this bike. It's got the Street Fighter engine, the comfort of a cushy cruiser on two wheels, all Ducati's cutting-edge technology such as front and rear radar with adaptive cruise control, Öhlins Smart EC 2.0 electronic suspension, and a comfy big package that I can adequately sum up as a luxurious couch upon which you can get your knee down in corners. Yes, it's that comfy, that high-tech, and that good in terms of performance. The M1000 XR is just what BMW said, the lightest and most powerful production crossover bike in the world, nothing less. An M bike through and through, trimmed down for maximum performance, in this case, long-distance performance. The bike uses BMW's shift cam technology, which manages valve lift and cam timing, adjusting for optimum performance and efficiency in low and high RPMs. In other words, you get the best of both worlds, both an increase in torque and pulling power in the low and medium speed range with a simultaneous gain in peak power. Much like the Ducati, this bike is also a technical marvel. The best way I can describe it is a comfy chair on a superbike. I'm not kidding. The Multistrada RS boasts a big 180 horsepower at 12,500 RPM and 87 pound-feet of torque at 9,500 RPM. It's no slouch. It's ultra performance. The bike's curb weight is just 522 pounds wet, or about 6 pounds lighter than the Pikes Peak for comparison. The M1000 XR throws down a gauntlet with its massive 201 horsepower at 14,600 RPM and 83 pound-feet of torque at 11,000 RPM. The bike is just 492 pounds, but as reviewed here, a flyweight 485 pounds because my friend has the M competition package, which has lots of carbon fiber including the wheels. So the XR has more horsepower, but the RS has more torque. Both bikes do the 0 to 60 dash in about 3 seconds, with the BMW at 3.1, and while I couldn't find data on the RS, the Pikes Peak hits 60 in just 3.2 seconds, so given the RS has 10 more horsepower, weighs less, and has shorter gearing, I'd take an educated guess that the Multi is at least tied with the BMW. Both bikes will throw you back in your seat, the RS with a bit more torque and the XR with a bit more smoothness. As you might have guessed, both have top-notch components, they have killer brakes, suspension, and overall features, so I won't bore you with too many technical details. I'll just tell you about my riding experience. Having ridden both bikes all day, I can say you can literally win track races on both of these bikes without a single muscle cramp, especially on the butt-babying Multistrada, but the lighter BMW does feel more nimble around winding corners, while the Ducati feels more roomy and better equipped for longer distances. But don't get me wrong, the RS slays corners like a sport bike, and you could literally spend all day on twisties with the RS. Even though it's big, it inspires confidence like no other. But ultimately, if I had to choose one for a day of twisties, it would be the BMW. Everything about this bike is smooth. The power delivery, the quick shifter, the transmission, the acceleration, all is smooth as silk with like butter melted all over it. I will honor my late dad here, who was born in Kansas and who would say it's slicker than greased owl shit. Love you, Dad, wherever you are, hopefully in heaven. Speaking of which, that reminds me of some words of wisdom. In John 14:6, did you know that Jesus said, I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. By the way, if this 3 seconds of scripture has bothered you, sorry not sorry. Man up. Both bikes come loaded with top-of-the-line technology to enhance your life. The M1000XR boasts a full suite of electronic rider aids, including traction control, wheelie control, cornering ABS, and its large TFT display keeps all the information you need at your fingertips and looks beautiful. The Multistrada V4 RS doesn't disappoint either, being, in my opinion, the most high-tech motorcycle in the world. It offers a similar suite of rider aids, along with Ducati's signature quick shift for seamless gear changes. Its TFT display is equally impressive, offering customizable layouts and clear information. The M1000XR throws in a unique twist, aerodynamic winglets that improve stability at high speeds. It's a subtle detail that speaks volumes about its sport bike DNA. Not to be one-upped though, the Multistrada also has side winglets but for a different function. These are actually designed to better protect your shoulders from the wind for more comfort over long distances. Both have a plethora of options for throttle response, engine braking, wheelie control, cornering ABS, suspension settings, and more to seriously fine-tune the bike to you. Speaking of suspension, both have semi-active suspension and both soak up bumps as if your tires were made of sponges, yet they both keep the wheels on the pavement for fast cornering even on some bumpy New York roads. A fun little intermission, watch my friend up ahead take a right and then pull over to the side and wait for me while I adjust my camera. This is what happens when you're so excited to ride bikes that you go by your friend and then accelerate hard and try to catch up with someone who isn't actually in front of you. Duh! Stay tuned to see what happens next. The BMW scores extra points for releasing an almost finished bike, and what I mean by that is it only really could use race exhaust and mirrors and no other mods. The bike comes ready to go. It has adjustable levers, painted calipers, heated grips, carbon fiber bits, a tail tidy already installed, and more, all in stock form. Whereas every other bike on the planet, maybe with the exception of MV Agusta, needs a lot of aftermarket to make it top-notch. The BMW also has carbon fiber wheels with the M package, which the Multi doesn't have. However, the Multistrada is the first motorcycle in the world with full adaptive cruise control, including front and back radar. I have tested it over many miles on my Multistrada V4S, and it works flawlessly, giving me some rest over my many 200-mile trips to go and help my mom. Always help your moms, guys. That said, in terms of tech and features, both bikes are tied in my humble opinion. Alright, let's face it, after a long day of conquering mountains and exploring forgotten roads, you want comfort. Both bikes offer decent wind protection and ergonomic seating, but there are subtle differences. Even in full-on race mode, the Multistrada V4 RS absorbed all the bumps, keeping me and my bum happy for the entire ride. I actually had to do a double take to see that this was in fact in race mode. I was shocked at how comfortable it was. The BMW M1000XR has the most comfortable seat I've ever sat on by far. If there's one thing you can take from this review, I kid you not, this seat, for me, is one of the highest selling points of this bike. I loved it that much. Great job, BMW. I would like to walk around for the rest of my life with your seat taped to my butt. I'm sorry that sounded weird, but that was the best seat I've ever sat on. There are a few negatives though. The M package windscreen is on the small side for taller riders, and you can no longer fit hard luggage as the rear brackets have been removed to save weight. So unlike the standard XR, you can't easily fit solid panniers or a top box. So you're backpacking it or using some serious bungee cord ninjutsu if you want to go on long trips. While the RS has a streamlined tail section that doesn't allow for a big rear case like the normal Multistrada, they do have a large amount of storage options such as plastic side panniers, larger aluminum side panniers, tank bags, etc., showing the RS is the better bike for longer distances. The M1000XR's slightly more aggressive riding position might feel tiring on extended trips. I felt at 6'1" with long legs, the BMW was comfortable, but didn't have the leg room the Multistrada V4 RS offers. The Multi RS truly makes those long miles on the back roads or on the highways melt away. That's not to sell the BMW short. It was very comfortable around twisties, but I feel I could ride the Multi over long distances and be more relaxed. Whereas on the BMW, there's a bit less leg space and you're more molded to the bike, which leans the bike more toward performance, and that's exactly what BMW intended. Ultimately, the Ducati wins on comfort and touring because of the onboard storage and looser body position for cruise longevity. Pricing. The BMW M1000 XR starts at $25,000 US for the standard version, which is expensive, but you get what you pay for, and $30,000 for the competition package as reviewed by yours truly today. That numbered and exclusive Ducati Multistrada RS has an exclusive feeling price point at $37,000 US, and is obviously an ultra premium price point for an ultra premium bike. But at $7,000 cheaper and including carbon fiber rims, the BMW crosses the finish line on this one, gapping the Multistrada. The verdict. So which bike is for you? It depends on your riding style, the distance you're going to travel, and how much stuff you need to bring along with you. Neither of these bikes are true adventure bikes. You're not going to go off-roading with them. These are ultra-comfortable super bikes. The M1000 XR is the perfect choice for the track rider who craves a sport bike experience with comfort. Its lighter weight and aggressive handling make it a must-have on twisty roads. The Multistrada V4 RS is the more versatile option, offering a comfortable ride for long hauls while still packing a serious punch on the tarmac and a willingness to haul your junk along for the ride if needed. I personally, much like my friend, would prefer to have both, the Multi for long trips and the BMW for everything else. But that will never happen unless you subscribe, like, comment, share, and even shop my Amazon storefront link below. Stay tuned for my discussion with the owner of these European beauties coming up soon. Until then, always remember the motto, always be kinder than necessary, and I will see you in the next one.